At the height of the naval arms race, Germany sought to rival Britain's dominance at sea. Among their first generation of dreadnoughts was SMS Rheinland, mighty, unyielding, and destined for war. She fought in the largest sea battle of World War I, survived the conflict, and yet her fate was unlike most warships of her time. This is the forgotten story of SMS Rheinland, the German dreadnought that disappeared into history. The early 1900s saw the emergence of a new breed of battleships, dreadnoughts. Germany, determined to match Britain's naval power, launched its Nassau-class battleships. Among them was SMS Rheinland, whose keel was laid on June 1, 1907. She was built at A.G. Vulcan Shipyard in Stettin and launched into the water on September 26, 1908. Rheinland was not just another warship. She was a floating fortress, a ship designed to strike fear into enemies. She measured 146.1 meters in length, with a beam of 26.9 meters, and displaced a staggering 20,535 tons at full load. Her propulsion system, consisting of 3 vertical triple expansion steam engines, allowed her to reach a speed of 19.5 knots, 36 kilometers per hour, a respectable pace for a behemoth of her class. Specifications: armament, 12 28-centimeter 11-inch SKL, 45 guns arranged in a hexagonal turret layout. Secondary weapons, 12 15-centimeter and 16 8.8-centimeter guns. Torpedo tubes, 6 450-millimeter, 18-inch submerged torpedo tubes. Armor, up to 300 millimeters of belt armor, 280 millimeters on turrets, and 63.5 millimeters deck armor. Under the command of Kapitan zur See Albert Hauptmann, Rheinland was commissioned into the High Seas Fleet on April 30, 1910. She was the first of the Nassau-class ships to enter full service, taking part in extensive naval training exercises in the North Sea and the Baltic. Commanding officers, 1910 to 1912, Kapitan zur See Albert Hauptmann, 1912 to 1914, Kapitan zur See Richard Engel, 1914 to 1916, Kapitan zur See Heinrich Rohart. As tensions in Europe escalated, Rheinland and her sister ships were prepared for war. Little did the crew know their ship would be tested in one of the most pivotal battles in history. The stage was set. Germany's high seas fleet, led by Admiral Reinhard Scheer, faced off against Britain's Grand Fleet, commanded by Admiral John Jellicoe. The battle unfolded off the coast of Denmark's Jutland Peninsula, bringing together 250 warships and over 100,000 men in the largest naval battle of the war. SMS Rhineland's role: engaged British battle cruisers and dreadnoughts, fired 35 rounds from her main battery, sustained 2 hits from British 152mm shells. Casualties: 10 crew members killed, 20 wounded. Rheinland fought ferociously but survived the brutal battle. Although neither side claimed a decisive victory, the British lost more ships, while the German fleet retreated but remained a dangerous threat. As World War I dragged on, Rheinland was deployed to the Baltic Sea, supporting operations in the Finnish Civil War. However, during a routine patrol near the Åland Islands, tragedy struck. Rheinland ran aground on an uncharted reef. The ship was badly damaged and became stuck for weeks. The German Navy removed her main guns and armor to lighten her weight. Rheinland was never repaired. Her fighting days were over. Deemed beyond economical repair, Rheinland was converted into a stationary barracks ship in Kiel, her glory days behind her. After Germany's defeat, the Treaty of Versailles forced the country to surrender or dismantle most of its navy. SMS Rheinland was struck from the Naval Register on November 5, 1919, and towed to Dordrecht, Netherlands in 1920 for dismantling. Final fate: decommissioned, November 5, 1919, sold for scrapping, June 28, 1920. Fully dismantled by late 1921. One last remnant exists: the ship's bell, now displayed at the Military History Museum of the Bundeswehr in Dresden. Unlike many dreadnoughts of her time, Rheinland was not sunk in battle nor scuttled in disgrace. She simply vanished. A warship erased from memory, her steel melted, her name fading into obscurity. But history never truly forgets. What if SMS Rheinland had fought longer? What if she had survived into World War II? Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe for more hidden history.